Hey, welcome to the Beast Training YouTube channel. My name is Aiden Bierman. Today we are back with the tier list and we're going to be tier listing leg exercises. I know, the first Beast Training leg video. I finally feel like I'm at a point where I'm comfortable with talking about a ton of leg exercises as I've really developed my legs over a little bit recently and really devoted the gym to my legs. So I feel like I'm finally at a point talking about legs. Every video on Beast Training so far has been upper body, including the last tier list video that you can watch clicking that card right up there after this video, which we tier listed chest exercises. I really liked that video, so I decided to come back with legs. The thing I do want to mention is I did break up the upper body into chest because there are so many chest exercises that are at least half decent. Legs are a different story, so that's why I'm doing the entire legs. Because yes, there's hundreds of leg exercises, but I could do all of them and all of them would be F tier, right? So we're going to stick with legs all together rather than splitting the muscle groups of the leg. So enough rambling, let's get started. Before we get into the video, I do just want to mention the Beast Training merch that you've been seeing me wear in the videos as well as in the thumbnails. If you follow the Beast Training Instagram, you would have seen a teaser a few weeks ago. I'll play that right now. At the end of the teaser, it says coming soon, and I expected coming soon to not be very soon. I meant like maybe back half of the year. However, merch may be coming out sooner than later. Keep your eye out for that. Be sure to follow the Beast Training Instagram for all the information regarding that. And be sure to go pick some up when it does come out. I'll of course make a video about it, but let's get right into the video. All right, just like the chest tier list, this is completely unscripted. Unlike all the other Beast Training videos, there's going to be a lot of free ball thinking, as well as I have no idea what exercise is coming next. So let's get started. First one is going to be the hack squat. All right, I love the hack squat machine. It is great if you don't want much lower back pain since it gives you the support on your lower back. It's also really good for being on that angle that really works your quads, and it's just a really safe and easy machine to use. So I'm going to start with hack squat in A tier. Of course, just like the chest video as well, all of this is subject to change by the end of the video. We are, of course, limited on space, so we're going to have to move things around because each tier is limited to 5 workouts. Front squat. All right, so when you're normally squatting, you're going to be using your glutes and your quads. Most beginners when working out think squats are only for the back side of your leg, so the hamstring and the glute, but really it's mostly working your quads and your glutes. Front squat does just that. It puts a little bit more pressure on your quads while you have the bar in front of you. Also, front squats are fantastic for people with shoulder injuries that maybe they can't put their arms up here. Some people with rotator cuff injuries just can't get their arm up here. So having front squat right here allows you to still squat while distributing the weight differently. So I'm going to put front squat, I'm going to start it in the B tier because it is pretty good, but normal squatting, once we get to it, is going to be better if this would come off. Next up, we're just going to move right through these. Seated leg curl. All right, I have an interesting opinion on seated leg curl. One, I believe that there are so many better hamstring exercises than seated leg curl, unless you're at the end of your workout. If you're at the end of your workout, then seated leg curl is amazing because the machine will help you out. But seated leg curl machines are also not normally built correctly. The seat of the seated leg curl needs to be upright for you to really keep the tension on your hamstrings. Most seated hamstring curl machines that I've seen, the backing of the seat is at an angle, which makes no sense. So in general, the seated hamstring curl machines are just built incorrectly or not optimal. So seated leg curl machine, I'm going to put in C tier. Next up is the GOAT of leg exercises, Bulgarian split squats. What a workout. What a freaking workout. I legitimately want to cry after doing Bulgarian split squats. This workout is killer. absolutely killer. It puts so much pressure on your quads. It's probably the best quad workout, or at least top 2, and absolutely killer. You're also doing a lot of isolate leg work, which is super important while doing legs because it is harder to isolate your legs while doing most leg exercises. So Bulgarian split squats does it for you. Bulgarian split squats, of course, like I said, it's the GOAT, going S tier. Without a doubt, please don't fall. Golly! Next up is actually a workout that I just did for the first time and have fallen in love with it. That is single leg press. While you're doing double leg press, there's a few issues that I have with double leg press. 1, in order to really feel it, you have to load a substantial amount of weight. Most people can do a lot of weight on leg press, which also makes it weird when people are flexing how much they do on leg press. Speaking of flexing the amount of weight that you do on leg press, the amount of weight you do on leg press doesn't translate very well to other workouts for the leg. Leg press, you're working your leg muscles strength, but you're distributing the weight between a bunch of muscles in your leg. So you're not really isolating or working one part better than the others. Single, on the other hand, you are really working it. 1, 2, isolate leg movement. Awesome. 3, if you are lazy like me, you hate loading the weight onto the double leg press. So you load way less weight on this, makes it way easier. And I don't even know what number I'm on for points, but single leg press also supports your lower back and your hips a bit better. For someone like me, where my lower back is fried, lower back, the support of having your other foot planted while pressing really helps out. So single leg press, I'm gonna put A tier. Wow, that's an awful placement. Wow, that's really bad. Stop. We're keeping it. Next up, speaking of, is going to be leg press, 2-legged press. Basically the same points I made last time. You're really not using your legs in a way that can translate to other leg exercises. You're loading a ton of weight just to feel it, and it could be pretty bad for some people's lower backs if you do have lower back issues. I'm gonna put leg press B tier. I would say it's very much a mid-leg workout. Next up, one of the hamstring workouts I was talking about is lane leg curl. This is my preferred method to working your hamstrings. This way you get a lot of isolation on your hamstrings and working your glutes a little bit. Literally on this one, there is no way that other body parts can help out. You are working your legs and your hamstrings without any other help. So laying leg curl I really like. The only problem with laying leg curl is I have seen some people where the laying leg curl puts a lot of pressure on their hamstrings, and if you have weaker hamstrings or maybe damaged hamstrings, could be an issue. But I'm gonna put laying leg curl A tier. This is a funny one. Calf raises. For this one, I'm actually talking about having weight on your sides or a bar and you are calf raising. I don't like calf raises. I don't. 1, calves are going to be probably the most genetic reliant body part that you have. It really relies on your genetics for calves. Of course, your entire body is genetics and you could work past the genetics to some extent. But I do not like calf raises for working calves. Calves are such a small muscle, and they're what's called a fast twitch muscle, that you can work almost every single day, if not every day, maybe taking like 3 days on, 1 day off, something like that. You could work calves like 4 or 5 days a week. And that's what you need to work it in order to build them. So my problem with calf raises is that the calves also do not take much energy to work. So instead of raises, I prefer to superset calves with the pressing motion that you're doing. So whether you're single leg pressing, you could change your single leg press after your set of single leg press into a calf press, calf extension real quickly. So I would rather do calf extensions with a superset rather than a raise. So I'm gonna actually put calves in C tier. Hip thrusts. Hip thrusts are an amazing workout for growing your glutes. If your goal is growing your glutes, you need to be doing hip thrusts. You need to. This is probably top 2 for growing glutes. However, that's all hip thrusts are really working. You're working a little bit of your quads, but not enough to really make it substantial. And hip thrusts are just one of those very niche workouts that if you want a bigger butt, do them. If not, it's like you could avoid this and still grow your butt other ways. For that reason, I'm gonna put hip thrusts B tier. Hip ab and adductor machine. I just combine these because it just makes it easier. They would end up on the same tier anyways. Okay, here's my opinion on this. If your goal is legs, you really care about your legs, you need to be doing these because these are working the smaller muscles in your legs. Also, these are good maintenance muscles. You could definitely do this on like a deload day just to take some pressure off your legs if you're not going that hard. But these muscles that this works not only gets worked using other workouts or almost every leg workout, but in most cases, unless you really care about your legs, you don't even need to be doing these. So I'm actually going to be putting this in D tier. They're good as a maintenance muscle, but it's the same way as training forearms for people that really care about their upper body. Forearms are just one of those small, very, very specific muscles that like, oh, I want my upper body to look, like a Greek god. I need to be working forearms. Same thing. If you care about your legs looking like you want to crush watermelons, hit it with that. Next up is going to be Nordic hamstring curls. I don't even know what to think of this one, man. Nordic hamstring curls, one, take a lot of already established muscle strength in order to do. Also, they're pretty dangerous if your hamstrings are not ready to do them. However, if you're a runner, an athlete, something of that sort, Nordic hamstring curls are going to be your best friend. They're going to elevate your game. But for that reason, for people that are just training to gain some muscle, aren't really doing it for the athletic side of it, there's other ways to work your hamstrings than Nordic hamstring curls. Also, like I said, there's a lot of injury risk there. So I'm gonna put Nordic hamstring curl C. Next up is going to be lunges. So of course, lunges you can do in standing in place or walking. For this one, I'm going to be talking about walking lunges because in the most cases, people should be doing walking lunges. They're just better. So, walking lunges, absolutely killer leg workout. The absolute death sentence for a leg day. Death sentence. These are going to fry your legs. These Bulgarians are going to kill your legs for sure. So, for that reason, I'm putting it A tier. It's a fantastic workout. You're working your quads. You're getting isolate leg work. And you're also working your ass. So, absolute W all around. Moving on to squats. The goated leg workout, you know what I mean? Like, the goated. It's just the known one. Everyone, if you work legs, they ask you how much you can squat. Same way people ask how much you bench. This is just the staple leg workout. However, squats are great unless you have lower back issues like me. I've stopped doing squats because squats have fried my lower back. I'm in complete pain basically all the time. It's always tight because of squats. It does put a lot of pressure on your lower back. So if you have that strength and stuff like that, wear a belt, stuff like that, it's great, but it's not worth it for me anymore. But it also puts a lot of pressure on your knees as well. But squats in general, like I said, is the staple leg workout. I'm gonna put it S tier. But it's the same thing as bench press. You don't necessarily need bench press in your plan, in your exercise rotation. Same thing with squats. It's just the goated leg workout, so you gotta put it S tier. It deserves its respect. Leg extension, arguably the best quad workout. Probably matched with Bulgarians. I would honestly say leg extension is the best quad workout. You're of course absolutely shredding your quads during this workout. It's a staple in every single leg workout. If you're doing legs and not doing leg extension, I guess I should mention, if you're doing a whole leg day or a quad dominated day, you need to be doing leg extensions. If you're doing a hamstring day, then whatever. But for quad work, leg extension is a staple. So, absolute S tier. It needs to be. It's the only option. Leg extension S tier is the only option. Next up is Romanian deadlifts. I love RDLs. These are a fantastic hamstring workout as well as glute workout. And overall, it's going to shred your legs. It's a fantastic workout. I recommend having this in every leg workout. It's fantastic. If you're through your week not doing RDLs, you definitely need to add them. They are fantastic. So I'm gonna put RDLs. I don't believe RDLs are at the same level as these three, so I'm gonna put it A tier over here. All right, last but not least, interesting enough, is going to be normal deadlifts. So if you watched the working every muscle in the back video, you can watch that by pressing the card up here. I did not go over deadlift because I feel it's more of a lower body workout and leg workout. Yes, you're working basically every muscle in your body doing deadlifts, but I feel it's predominantly a leg workout, so I threw it in here. Deadlifts. If you are a power lifter, you need to be doing deadlifts, of course. But if you are not a power lifter, if you are just training for aesthetics, if you're training just to gain some muscle, just going to the gym, deadlifts are not worth the risk-reward ratio. It's not. Deadlifts don't build a single muscle very well. You're working a lot of muscles, so you're really distributing the load. 2, there's a lot of injury risk with using deadlifts. But deadlifts, again, are great for strength. And if you love doing deadlifts, do it. You know, it's like one of those fun workouts that you should, if you like doing it, do it. Who cares about the risk-reward ratio if you have fun doing it? So I'm going to put deadlifts, actually, I'm going to put deadlifts in B tier. Purely because there is such an extreme case here where if you are a power lifter, you need to be doing them. And if you are someone training for aesthetics, you want to avoid them basically. So I'm gonna put it in the mid tier for that. Deadlifts could definitely be considered A tier as well, but we'll just keep it B to make it simple. All right, so here is the tier list finished for legs. I'm actually really happy with how this tier list turned out. I think it's pretty good. All right, so I think that pretty much sums up this tier list. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this tier list. Maybe make your own in the comments. Let me know what leg workouts you keep in your plan, in your exercise rotation, what you like to do. And be sure to like this video if you did enjoy. Be sure to subscribe to the Beast Training channel. Be sure to go follow all the Beast Training social medias to keep up to date, especially with the merch information. That's where you'll find it on the Instagram. You'll find most of the merch information as well as a video on here. Be sure to check out some of these leg workouts if you don't use them, and release your beast.